to the end user. That's exactly why that happened. Okay. So here's some more examples. I've got a lot of different videos, but I want to focus on the content pillar. So as you can see, here's some of the videos I've done. Again, not about me, but just letting you know my content pillar is, again, building wealth and helping you prepare to buy a home or an investment property or to invest in the stock market, whatever it is. But tricks about how to keep 10K in your pocket, right? Ask this question if you're buying a home. This is about a suitable loan. 3 steps, set up your children, how debt is perceived as bad, but it can be good. Why you shouldn't pay off your home. That's about leveraging your home value and debt to be able to create more money. So these are all getting, 13, 25, 13,000, 10,000. So, I probably have 500,000 views this year on my content, but it's not stuff about me. I'm not selling mortgages. So what you want to do is do about an 80 or 90% of your value add to what you do. So if you're a realtor, maybe you're talking about, investing in different assets and how that can create wealth. And then 1 or 2 of your 10 videos should be actually about real estate, right? Because again, no offense to anyone that does it, I see a lot of lenders do it, talk about like clear to close in 7 days, right? Or I sold a house for $1 million. That's great, but that doesn't make someone say, oh, I want to work with that guy, right? And that's the idea, okay? All right. This is the structure of how you should do your videos. There is a specific way to do it. I've made a bunch of videos, and I've gone through some classes on how to make your video where people will view the whole thing and find value, okay? So this is the good. So step 1 is the hook, right? Something catchy, but you don't want to lie. Something that's basically going to be, did you know this? Or if you do this, then that. Or were you aware of? And then different things like that to catch people. You've got about 5 to 7 seconds to make someone watch your video. Most people stay or leave at that point, okay? So step 2 is an emotional trigger. This is going to be a commonality or pain point that people say, oh, man, I wanted to do that, or I've thought about that, or oh, I've been putting that off, right? Something to engage them in your video to keep them watching. Then, after you bring them down a little bit, you give them a quick win, right? You share how this can help, or what this can do, or creating rapport, or whatever it is, okay? The last step then is a simple call to action, which I'll show you a breakdown of these 4 things of a video that I've done recently. So here's the hook. Here's the best way to save 20K in a year, right? So I do that because who doesn't want to save 20K? Nobody. Everybody wants to save 20K. Emotional trigger, right? I know things are hard right now in this market and economy, but with financial discipline and breaking things down to small pieces, you can begin to accomplish them. People say, he's right. I can do that. I can save 20K. Tell me how, Michael. How do I do it? Well, here's how you do it. If you want to save 20K, how often do you get paid? Do you get paid weekly or bi-weekly, whatever it is? Great. Simply save $350 a week from every paycheck. You'll reach your goal, right? The video breaks down a little bit more on how to do auto deposit and all that good stuff, okay? Call to action. If you want to take charge of your finances, like and follow for more financial tips. It's amazing when I started saying that little thing at the end of my videos, how many more people started following, because they're like, oh, I like this guy. You're right. I should follow this guy, or whatever it is. So that is an example of a 4-step video doing exactly that. Got a bunch more examples. If you guys want them, just let me know. Okay, some more examples. I won't play all of these, but this is a video that Jenny did. She's a realtor, but she was talking about the DSCR loan. 17,000 views on that one. I think it's 20,000 now. But here's the important part. All these messages came to us about people wanting it. I'll explain the hashtag DSCR or the hashtag thing as well. That is another call to action that you can get people to do. So you can say like and follow, or you can say hashtag me more info or whatever it is to start that conversation. So I want to make a point here though. All this is great, right? For exposure, for branding, for all of that. But if you don't have a way to capture this information, you're missing a lot of the point, or at least opportunities. That's next time's video, which we'll go over later. Okay, so I like what you're saying. I see how to do the videos. I get how to do it, but how do I do it? Where do I get the ideas? Great question. So everyone's got some basic stuff that they like to talk about. Again, if it's investing or, commercial real estate, that's out of the box, whatever it is that start there. But here's some places that you can go to get more ideas. Collaborate with someone. So your loan officer or realtor or fellow friend, whatever it is. TikTok's Q&A, if you have an idea, let's say budgeting 101 or investing for beginners, if you go to TikTok and type that in the search, it will bring up thousands of videos that you can then take, make your own, and put your own spin on it. Obviously, Google Trends, Answer the Public is also a great one. If you haven't heard of that, take that down. You can go there and say, real estate ideas or mortgage ideas, or like, what's my rate? Or like, what are people asking? And you go make videos about what people want to know about your topic. Okay, so there's countless ideas. Real life experiences, always work those into as many videos as you can. And then obviously the current market updates and data trends. So a note about that, historically, those aren't doing so great, but right now, people are really into those because of, again, what the news says, right? The market's going to crash, don't buy, you should wait. People want to find real data. And if you can provide that, it's huge for your client base right now. Okay, so you got your video recorded, you got your thumbnail, you got music to add, you got things to do. Get your video all teed up. What do? All right, here's some basic editing tips that we've learned. We've done a lot of trial and error with like what apps to use, where to edit it, what works best. So in terms of the captions, you typically want to do your captions in that platform. That platform will push that video more if you use captions in it. The only exception to this is CapCut, because Instagram bought CapCut, and so now you can use CapCut for your auto captions. But like TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, use that app's captions for your videos. Music in the platform, you can use it, but just be aware, if you use someone else's music, you cannot then put ad spend behind that video. You'll be restricted to not be able to do so. So if you make a great video, you think it's going to be a banger, don't put music on it because you can't put spin behind it. Okay. Next, be patient. It will take a lot longer than you think, and you have to be consistent. I'll go over more of that in a minute. Don't aim for perfection, just start. You can go to my Instagram, see my first videos. I leave them up to remind myself how far I've come, but they are terrible, but just keep going. All right. Don't stress about different things. Just remember, keep doing the videos. All right. What do you edit with? Here are my favorite apps. I use CapCut and WeVideo the most. Some like InShot is very similar. Adobe Premiere is very complicated. If you guys can use it, please let me know because I'll pay you to edit my videos. Seriously. Okay. iMovie is great too, but again, CapCut, WeVideo, InShot are very user-friendly, desktop and cell phone versions. That would be my suggestion to you, especially starting out. So again, we use CapCut. Beastcam, I'll touch on that real quick. It actually will unlock your phone's potential. You can mess with like shutter speed, lighting, like frames per second, like different things to get some really high quality videos. So I would suggest looking at that. But again, just get started. You can look at that later, and then WeVideo and Adobe. Okay, now I'm going to go over with you guys exactly when to post, how to post for maximum exposure. Let's start with Instagram. Okay, so Instagram, in my opinion, is probably the most valuable platform to post on, besides probably YouTube, and I'll explain why. So gaining followers on Instagram is tough. People are pretty stingy with following you on Instagram, but it has the most upside in terms of collaboration, like branding opportunities and things like that. So you can do long form content and short form content on Instagram. With that, you can go up to 90 seconds. That's the most effective. You can do 3 minutes now. It'll go on to your page as a normal post and not a reel. You want it to be your reel every time you can, because that is what is getting pushed out right now, is the reels. Ideal posting times. I've messed so much with this. And I can tell you 100% with certainty, the best times is probably actually like 8 or 9 a.m. until noon. It gives your video time to cycle through people getting up earlier. People want to be out on their lunch break. They pull out their phones, and then it's there at night. And if you're wanting to get exposure, it can take your friends and your followers time to like see it and share it. And so then it goes throughout the day. I posted later, I post at 5 a.m., I posted at midnight. This is by far the best time for the most exposure. On Instagram, you can collaborate, as I was saying, with other people. You can go IG live. Like you could hit me up and say, hey, Michael, I want to go Instagram live with you at Monday at 8 p.m. We could both hop on there and talk at the same time. Stories, you can't forget stories. So this is the best practice, like I was referring earlier about your whole idea for your page. If you look at my Instagram, I think there's one post about my son being born, but the rest is business. I have a business page. Your stories are where you get personal, where you can share, because they fade after 24 hours. You can say, hey, I went golfing with the boys, all right, I'm at a girl's lunch, whatever it is. That shows your personal side. But when people come to your page, they want to see the value that you have to offer. So the personal stuff, if you want to throw it in on your main page, maybe 10%, but you want to do it less than that because you want it to be about the page that you're trying to present for your brand. Okay. All right. YouTube. YouTube is like the OG of content, right? So it used to be mostly long form or all long form. Now they actually do reels and short form. Okay. You can do up to a minute reels on there. They are really trying to push. YouTube is pushing the reels right now to compete with Instagram and TikTok. So they are pushing those out for you. But again, it's the premier place for long form content. As we all know, you can go to YouTube and figure out how to do anything. Okay, that is their staple. Posting times are a little bit different, but still similar. So weekdays, you want to do the lunchtime from 11 to 1 p.m. And then on weekends, a little bit earlier, people get up, pull out their phones, but by mid-morning, we're all with family, out doing whatever it is. So post early on the weekends. And one note about Instagram is I do not post reels on weekends. And those that I kind of talk to about that have larger followings, they don't post on the weekend either, except for stories. Make a great video and no one's going to see it. That's the worst thing you can do. You can collaborate. You can also go live on YouTube. All right, TikTok. So TikTok, I do post a TikTok, not quite as often as Instagram, just because Instagram is my main focus. Not saying TikTok is bad, but TikTok is where you can do more of like the 5-second kind of like trendy little thing to get people to follow you. But I think the goal from TikTok should be to convert your followers from TikTok to Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. There's just more, I'll say, validity kind of behind those other platforms. But with TikTok, it is the fastest growing. A lot of it is millennials and the younger generation. You can do short form. It was 90 seconds. I think a month or two ago became 3 minutes. It's a little bit longer now. Posting times are once again similar. Early in the morning and then actually late at night. That's because of the younger generation being more on TikTok. So you have a bit more flexibility with your posting times. Again, avoid weekends, not the best time. You cannot collaborate with other users yet. I've heard it's coming, but you can go live with TikTok now. All right, Facebook, short form, long form content, real stories, all the good stuff there. Posting times similar. If you're going to post here, 11:30 till 1 is the best time. And the second best is obviously in the morning, like the other platforms. You can go live on here, you can collaborate, and actually syncs with Instagram. I'm sure you guys know if you post something on Instagram or Facebook, you can have it automatically cross-post. I don't do that. I suggest not doing that because I think it's best to, again, take your Facebook video, edit it through Facebook, the final touches, and then do it through Instagram. You'll get a better output from those two platforms. Okay, so one sec. Let me go back for a second. So I want to go over just a couple whole ideas again. So what you want to do is take your idea, your niche, whatever it's going to be. A lot of people think that you should just have a broad scope as possible. I couldn't disagree more. Okay. So if your niche is retired people or investors or out of town clients or whatever it is, make videos so people will rabbit hole on your page. So that is the whole idea. Let me go back here real quick one time. I want to show you guys what I mean by that. So if someone goes to my Instagram or my TikTok, they'll find all these videos and then more about this. You want someone, so real quick, the psychology of people buying things and the psychology of sales is people have to shop, right? They're going to shop. They want to shop for the best deal or feel like they're getting something. So if you give them enough of a variety on your page or view it as they're shopping your brand against your own brand, you're going to win. Because a lot of my videos sometimes say, you know, why you shouldn't pay off your house, or hey, maybe you shouldn't buy a house right now, right? So that's kind of contradictory to what most would think that we're supposed to sell that. But I want to give people a real life look at options and decisions. So again, the idea is to have people come to your page, find value, view you as a local market leader or expert, and then get them to shop amongst options on your page, not with your competition. So that's the whole idea. Okay, so there's two parts to this, okay? So this is the basics of how to make a video. There's a lot more to it. So you can utilize ChatGPT and then Facebook advertising and the funnels, which is what I'll talk about next time. So real quick with that, let's touch on ChatGPT. At this point in time, you can take ChatGPT, you can find a topic, search for topics, it'll give you thousands of topics. You can take a topic, write out your basic thoughts, plug those thoughts into ChatGPT and say, ChatGPT, write me a script for a video about a first-time home buyer in Sacramento, California, with a purchase price of $500K and 3.5% down, and make it 6-second video. It'll write it script line by line by line. It's incredible. Also, you can say, give me trending hashtags to use for my video, and then give me a description for my video. So I'll go over all this. I've got like 500 prompts. It's absolutely wild what it can do to help your videos and help you scaling. Next then, so all these videos I've shown you about all the views and stuff I have, that was all organic. Now we're taking these and putting them into Facebook. So if you want to advertise on Instagram or Facebook, it's all done through your Facebook business suite, okay? So if you guys don't have a Facebook business page, you have to make one. So make one, and I'll pull up my ads and how I do them next time with business suite on Facebook and show you exactly how to niche your audience, how to use ChatGPT to actually write your ads to target specific people in a specific area with specific interests, and then how to launch those, put money behind those, and how to do that. Last thing we'll touch on will be the funnels, how you put it all together. There's a lot to that one, but I can give you the basics on how to do that. So wrapping up, just start, guys. I still hate the sound of my voice. I see myself on camera and think, wow, that guy is really ugly. But I'm telling you, make it a priority. Just start, stick to a schedule. I post a reel 5 days a week. I don't miss. I do stories 2 or 3 times a day, and it's really starting to take off. Again, be patient. You'll put work into a video. You'll think, oh, this is so good. And you'll get like 150 views. And your mom and dad will like it and say, great video. Keep going. I'm telling you, keep going. Okay? So get comfortable being uncomfortable. All right. Anybody got any questions?
Sure. You should give everybody a minute to get down that information, but then I'll have you stop sharing the screen so we can see who's on line that can ask questions.
Sure.
So, I had a question.
Sure.
Something you mentioned not so long ago about ChatGPT.
Yes.
And some of the functions you can tell it.
Mm-hmm.
Could you recap what you said about some of those things that you can tell ChatGPT
Yeah.
to do for you?
Yes.
Some of the biggest
So there's a bunch and it gets really in depth. And so the more descriptive you are with ChatGPT, the better result you're going to get.
Yeah.
So if you just said, give me ideas on wealth creation for young families, and say, give me 100, it would give you 100. Then if you say, give me video topic ideas for Instagram for young families that are ages 20 to 25 that are trying to save to buy a house and have goals of increasing their net worth, you'll get a whole separate result. So it's so nichey. And then what you can do, so here's what I do, right? I have a bunch of ideas that I want to make videos about, right?
Yeah.
I write out basic script, the idea for it, like kind of like my topic, the idea for the video. And what I do is I then go to ChatGPT. I take that information and plug it in and say something like, please write me a 60-second reel for Instagram. Take the script that I wrote below, modify it with a hook, emotional trigger, right? And a call to action. Make it 60 seconds, write it out on how a young family starting out could save 3.5% down within a year to buy a house in Sacramento, California. And it'll literally write it at 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds off your idea. And then I say, write me a description for this video that I just made, an Instagram description with 5 facts about how you can allocate money to different places to save, right, for this video I made. They'll then spit out your description. Then you can say, give me 10 trending hashtags that are popular on Instagram today that'll help this video go viral.
Yeah.
I proofread it all, make it my own words, but that's really how you take your idea and have the AI system that is in tune with what's happening, how to spit that out for you.
You could literally start from scratch and have nothing and be like, give
Absolutely.
me 10 video ideas for like first time home buyers.
Correct.
Then it'll spit that out and be like, okay, I like this one, this one, this one. Okay, write me a script for first time home buyers based on this idea. And then you could literally have everything, formulate it, like proofread it, and then be able
Put it in your
to
own words, and then literally when you're recording it, they call it the stop and go. Like with recording it, you'll like set up your camera. Like I don't even need Jenny. Just set up on, I got my lights, I set it up wherever I want to sit. I'll say, hey, this is Michael Tennant. I want to talk to you about how you can save money as a young family and build wealth. Stop, look down, do your next line, put it in your own words, and you just edit it through in CapCut, chop it down. You have like a 5-minute video.
Yeah.
You put in CapCut, chop out the, go to 60-second video.
Amazing.
And that's how, like, when you're busy, right? Like, it's still your ideas, it's still your topics, so your own twist, your own personality, your own hook, your own trigger, your own emotional, you know, your side of you, to you coming through. But with the technology of knowing what's trending and having your descriptions done for you, I used to spend, you know, shit, I would spend 30 minutes writing a description for my video.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you can't do that over and over, right? Especially when you start scaling, right? Because then you start putting videos up. So you're managing, right? You got to take, I do it every Sunday. I write out my ideas for the week, 5 videos. Okay. And then from there, I then take my ideas, write the scripts, put it in ChatGPT, get my ideas, do all that, lay them out, right? I record all at once. It's way easier, right? Do that. Then you got to set up how to actually get them posted. It takes 5-10 minutes, right? Your descriptions, all that. Before, it was like I was recording them all. Then every day, like putting them in there, taking like 30 minutes because you got to edit them all too. So point is, you start doing that, then you get traction. People say, hey man, and then you got to respond to all of those. So now you're like video ideas, editing your videos, posting them, managing, right, the correspondence, putting them in your CRM, following up with those people, and then providing phenomenal service, which is the most important thing, right? So it just, the more success you have, like the more you got to do, but you know, that's life. So, but that's literally how you take that and do it.
That's solid information. I missed the last part, but I want to prop for you. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Cool, so my question is, someone just getting started, how much time of their weekly schedule would you say they focus their attention on creating the content? Because they ultimately don't have the people yet, they don't have all the responses. Would they put in 30 hours a week or like 75% of their work week just to working on the content and getting that part down?
Yeah, so great question. I think it depends a little bit on what else you have going on, what other irons you have in the fire. Like if you're sitting on your ass, not like doing cold calls or door knocking or doing flyers or like, then yes, you should be spending 100% of your time on it because I don't believe in just idle activity. But I don't think it has to be that demanding. I think even when we started, what do you think? We were slower. I would say all in from like thoughts of the videos to learning the apps to edit it at first and then posting them and getting familiar. I'd still say you could do it all in 10, 15 hours a week, probably. It's not that demanding.
Are you still editing your own videos?
I
Or
am.
hiring somebody to do it yet?
I am still editing my own. The long form was with the program. We got some of those. But there's a site called Upwork. If you've heard of Upwork, where you can find someone to do your videos for like 25, 30 bucks a video. I haven't done that yet because we've gotten pretty efficient. But I think at some point I probably will pretty soon. So, but we've done it all, no ad spend to this point, except for like 2 weeks ago. And all our own edits. And you'll see if you go to our Instagram, you'll see the first ones. You'll be like, geez. No, so, yeah, but we started, right? My first one was like at my
Starting
desk.
is good.
My first one was just like me holding it. I was doing a market update and it was a great video, but no one saw it. So
Sounds better than perfect.
All right, can you stop your share so I can see the screen of
Sure.
who's where? Let's go to gallery view. Anybody online have questions? We've got all these beautiful people out there.
I do. This is Jen. Michael, could you put together
Nope,
something? So
nothing.
I struggle
This
with,
information was so great that you just absorbed it all and you're all gonna go and apply it right now.
can you not hear me?
it's a lot to take in at first.
Oh, I'm muted. I know you guys couldn't
Can
even
you
do
hear
my
me?
Right.
Hello?
reverb earlier.
Can you hear me?
All right,
I
If
can
you
hear
guys have
you,
any
Jen.
questions, reach out. I know it's a lot, but
hold on, Stacy has a
I'm
question.
trying to
Okay.
talk and no
Unmute
one's even
yourself.
responding.
Gary,
Hello?
can you hear Jen talking?
Oh, it's fine, people.
Oh, we
oh,
can't hear her.
I can't hear you. Is
Hello?
there a chat?
Yeah,
someone else
okay, I'll put it in chat.
Oh, that's probably me. I'm the host. No, Gary, you're the host, right?
I'm not
Well, you're the
muted.
co-host.
Um,
Mine is.
Oh, I think I just figured out how to do it. You asked to unmute them, right?
No, you should turn the audio up.
Best
Gary, can you hear me?
It's all the way up. Great idea
Yeah.
though.
All right, so let's do this.
Okay.
Put it in the chat.
Hold on a second. No,
Yeah.
Michael, can you mute yourself?
Yes.
All right, Stacy, now can you talk and we'll hear you maybe?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I was
It's
just
more
trying to tell
me,
you that
guys.
your wife is trying to talk to you.
Oh, there she is. Hello.
Hello. Sorry, I am almost in Tijuana, so I thought maybe I didn't have a good signal, but I do. I have 4 bars. Anyway, I was gonna ask you, Michael, I did put it in the chat. Can you do, so my struggle is formulating in my brain. I don't know if it's menopause or just it's not how I work, but how you were saying that you plan everything out, how you do it ahead of time. Could you do like a checklist so we could see, okay, I do this and then I do this and do my scripts and do that, I think that's helpful for someone to follow and then go out and batch record. You know what I mean? I mean, I have ADD as well. So I've got a lot of things, but I think I get distracted and I'm like, oh crap, I got to go do this. I got to do that. And then I'm not organized. So do you have a way that you guys are organized? Cause I think that you guys are super organized.
Thank you. We're not.
Well, you're more than me, I think.
One sec.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it's just like I schedule this just like anything else. And I think, all of it are in a way we're entrepreneurs, right? You run your own brand, your own business on schedule.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's just sticking to it because like in that moment, right? Like, you should, get on the phone or you should call somebody or you should make your video. It's just about keeping promises to yourself, I think, and the self-discipline to actually get up and do it. But the
and
process
that's not
of
my
it
problem.
is
I
we
don't
go
have a problem
through
doing that.
and I do look at the 90-10, like I was really saying, like 9 out of 10 videos are going to be about For me, it's wealth building and wealth creation for families,
Mhm.
right? That's the
Yeah,
topic,
yeah.
and it can involve saving for your children, right? Like 529 plans, putting properties in trust to avoid capital gains. So I do a lot of research still too, because I know some of this
Mhm.
stuff. But the cool thing about doing the videos is that as you're researching it, you're learning it too, right? So it makes you more
Yeah,
valuable. So
of course.
with that, typically on Sunday is when we do it. We'll take 30 minutes. We'll have some ideas. We'll put them in. Like I said, we'll kind of go through Chat GPT about some of the ideas. We'll go to ask the public. People are saying, are rates going up or down? Should I buy or sell?
Mhm.
So we check those 2 or 3 resources that I had in the presentation, and then from
Mhm.
there we think, okay, let's do 4 videos about that, and then 1 video about the market update. And then from there we pencil it out, and then we put our scripts. We literally print them on a piece of paper, so I can take them to the camera. I line all 5 up, and then I just knock them all out at once. So does that answer your question at all?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know.
I wasn't talking about calendaring something. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me? I'm sorry. I can't. You're
Mm.
echoing. So yeah, I was just looking, yeah, it was more for your checklist of what you do, like you, and obviously I took a screenshot of some of your the tools that you use, which I use Answer the Public, Chat GPT, all of that. But I think I mean, I'll just put the list together and listen to this again. But you were saying how you schedule it all out. I don't have a problem with keeping to my schedule. And when I want to record video, I go out and do it. But for me, it's the planning part and the organization of, okay, I want to get all this stuff together. And then, so I'll put that together. I'll just rewatch the video. And then the other thing I was going to ask you is, do you use a teleprompter on your phone, or do you use it? Because obviously our phone is pointed at you with the recording. That's what we're using, not an actual camera. So do you use some people? I have a friend who has this other teleprompter machine thing that she uses aside from her phone.
Yeah, okay, yeah, and I can put together a list, yeah, of kind of how we approach it, for sure, for you guys, no problem.
Okay.
Secondly, I did at first, and I found that I don't like it, and I've talked to some other people that have done this longer than me. The issue with, like, you can use like Big View if you want one. It's called Big VU, like for your phone. Your audience can tell when you're reading a script. They can
Yeah, I
see it in
agree.
your eyes, like going back and forth.
Mhm.
And I like to use my script as kind of an idea, but then like
Yeah.
in the moment, I very
Yeah.
often deviate from my script. And I
Yeah.
found that when I read a script, I'm a bit robotic. I'm not
Yeah.
quite as personal, right? So
Okay. Yeah.
I don't use a teleprompter. If you
Mhm.
can make it look natural and it helps
Mhm.
you, then by all means do it,
Hi.
because I don't have all the answers, but personally, I didn't like the result I got when I used one.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking the same thing, but I mean, because I've used them before and it looks like you're reading. But I mean, for me, I just need some talking points. But when you're out in the field, you really can't do that anyway.
Yeah, and then I think you may have missed it because the question was in here. It's called different things, but like I call it just like stop and go recording. So I will print the script and I'll do
Yeah.
it line by line. So I'll read like
Oh.
one line and then I'll look down. Literally, I'll stop and look down. And then
Yeah.
like look at the next line, and I'll do it to the camera, and I'll do the
Nice.
next line, and you just chop those up in CapCut, and it looks
Oh, that's
natural. That way you don't
brilliant.
have to memorize the whole thing.
Oh, good. Okay. Because yeah, I struggle bad. And then I say weird things and it sounds terrible. So that's cool. That's a great tip for sure. Thank you.
Sure.
Awesome. So that on your checklist would be helpful.
Okay. Yeah. No
Hey,
problem.
Mike. Michael, it's Robin in Chico, California. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing great. Hey, I just wanted to thank you for sharing. And then I was wondering, so if someone has a niche, and I think Gary talked about this one time, a lady that was really into her horses, or for me, I'm really into the Bible and spiritual things and praying. I actually got a website called prayingrealtor.com, but I haven't loaded it yet. So I'm just wondering, a couple things I'm wondering is, did I see you had your own website? So on each of your site, you named 4 different platforms of the different platforms out there. Do you typically like when you started out before you could go live and you had enough people, did you just do one video and you'd upload it to all, say, 4 platforms? Okay, I see you shaking your head. And then from there, what's your thought of pointing them to your website? Looked like you had your own website where you then put all your videos just on your website. So that was part of it.
Yes. So I still to this day actually upload each individual video to each platform. I find it more effective because I'll do little tweaks. Like I'll do the captions in Instagram, or I'll use CapCut, or do the captions in I'll do different captions for TikTok, different for Instagram, because those each platforms will push out. They like the system knows when you use their captions and the kind of their editing a little bit. So I'll do my basic edit in CapCut, leave it kind of blank, and then I'll post it to each platform. Takes a little bit longer, but it's worth the time because your reach is better and your video gets pushed more. In terms of those websites, those were actually landing pages. So I'm going to go over that next time for you guys. It's actually, those are ClickFunnels that we create from like a CRM, where I've got probably 10 of those different landing pages based off of like whatever that particular niche is. So for you, if you wanted to have one for, you know, the Christian aspect, right, or the Bible aspect, and then one where you want one for, let's say you love dogs, how you incorporate dogs into real estate, and then one for people out of town. You can create hundreds of those landing pages, okay? Then the videos that I put on that landing page is particular to that niche. So I've got wealth building tips, I got first time home buyer videos, I've got seasoned home buyer videos, I've got self-employed buyer videos, you know, videos for bank statements only. I've got on and on and on. I don't necessarily post actually all those long form videos on social media because they don't perform well, right? Like those go on YouTube. My TikTok and Instagram are for all my shorts. Those long form videos, I've got a shorter video that I'll advertise with. Like if you want to say whatever it is that you want to say, make a short video, put some ad spend behind it on Facebook, have them interact with that video by clicking on it, and then you can put all those long form videos on that landing page where there's a call to action for them to do something to get their information, right? So there's 2 parts to this whole thing. There's exposure, right, and branding through social media platforms. Once you get some exposure and some you know, credibility with your following, then you can start asking them for something. I've been doing this for 6 to 8 months, pretty like without missing a video. I've never asked for anything from them until now. And all I'm asking for now is for them to get a free buyer's guide or a free appraisal voucher, right? Or free videos for this. I'm not asking for anything. I'm still giving value, right? So does that help answer your question?
Yeah. And I think it was yesterday, Kristen Mayshore, she threw a little thought out there too at the end of your video, throwing out, you know, just mentioning, hey, by the way, I don't know what, you know, I'm a real estate agent or whatever. So I'm just wondering about that. Like you were saying, give value. So if I was giving a lot of value regarding my topic that has nothing to do with real estate, but I want to have the focus of letting people know if they have interest in EXP, to find out more of what it has to offer them as an agent, or buying or selling, that they can contact me. So that would be my call of action. That would be like literally 5 to 7 seconds.
Correct.
Like a 3-minute video talking about what's going on in the world. Maybe there's a school shooting, and then I pray about the school shooting. But then at the end, I could say, you know, hey, this is, you know, prayingrealtor.com. And, you know, here's what I have to offer if you want to reach out to me. That was kind of a thought I had. So I wanted to get your feedback.
Yeah, so I would be very wary of that. And I was talking to Gary about it before we started. People know what you do, right? People aren't ignorant. They know what you do. You have to trust the process that they know. My call to action on my videos is simply like and follow for more wealth building tips, or like and, or whatever, like reach out if you have questions about how you can do this. I maybe one, and honestly, I do like probably 20 to 30 videos a month. I'd say one of those, maybe 2. I say, reach out if you have questions about financing, People
isn't
know
that,
what you do,
isn't that
right? They know
different?
what you do. You have to trust that process, and you have to give. The second you start asking, people don't like it.
But what, like,
That's my personal opinion.
but you're talking about like 10 videos. I would like, if you were giving 9 videos of value, and then maybe on one of your videos, it's like, hey, I got this new duplex listed. If you're thinking about investing in real estate, and that's totally like, that's more, hey, I did this sale or I did this listing. But then the rest of the time you're talking about your dogs or your horses or your cars or Bible verses or whatever.
Yeah,
But those, at the
that's
end,
probably
those,
fine. I think
but-
1 out of 10 videos or something, and it's different if you're saying, hey, I have this listing, or right, because the idea, like I was talking about, is to get followers or to get exposure for the right reasons, right? And so if you're putting out the right content, you're going to get the right followers. And then eventually, if you just present a house or present a duplex as like an opportunity, if you've got followers who are looking to buy or are looking to invest, then you're going to get that natural reaction from them without having to ask for it.
so you don't like the idea of putting a tagline, at just like a 5-second tagline at the end of something, huh?
Yeah, that's probably fine.
Okay. And so you mentioned likes, you mentioned, hey, if you like this, click and follow or hashtag. I'm really not that familiar with hashtags. I mean, I've never used them other than knowing that that's how people get a topic. But is that what you meant? Is there like Instagram doesn't have click and follow? Is that why you said it that way? Is it like, that's just YouTube click and follow, or Facebook like? Is that what you said, or hashtag?
So the hashtag that I do is kind of a call to action. And that way I'll have someone say, I'll say DM, which is a direct message that can be on TikTok or Facebook or Instagram. That will come to my inbox. And then sometimes I'll say, like, if you want the free guide or whatever it is, like sometimes I have a particular video that I'll attach something free to. And I'll say, if you want the free guide, or if you want the free whatever it is, DM me wealth. And then I will then send them that free guide. So that's a way for me to interact with that client without saying, hey, use me for your financing, right? It's again providing value, and I'm secretly, not even secretly, they know it, I'm getting their information, right? So I'll say like and follow for more tips. That's a simple request for people like to follow you. But when I say hashtag or DM me something, that's because I then have something I'm going to give them for free.
And so when you do your video and you put it up, is there a link to the landing page and the funnel, or is that video part of the whole landing page and funnel? You're setting up your landing page, you're setting up your funnel, and you're making that video the start of it, or is video at the end of it?
So when I post a video to social media, I do not attach any links to that video. I have a link tree on my Instagram, which has all that information. But all the things that I'm attaching links to are via the Facebook advertising, which I just started doing. So it's completely separate. I don't mingle direct links on my social media videos because, again, I want it to be not salesy. Like, that is my whole thing. I don't want it to come across, because again, people will look you up. If they love you, man, they'll Google your name and they'll find your website, like they'll figure it out, right? So I personally do not link any kind of thing to those videos or those posts.
And so, do the different social media platforms penalize you if you put your YouTube video link or your TikTok link on your Instagram, or vice versa, or you don't do that? You have one link tree thing. I think I've heard of that. Is that, you use that on everything, or you don't?
Linktree is simply just like I'm not sure how you explain Linktree. It's more of a,
Can we show it? All your links are-
yeah, it's just a page.
Show it.
Oh. So can you see this? No, you can't see that.
Back it up a little
Anyways,
bit.
just you can make a link tree and you can attach it somewhere, but I think that's why I do not post to TikTok and then share that video to Instagram, because it'll have that watermark. So like I said, I post to every platform just individually. It takes more time, but that's how I do it.
Pull the website.
Thank you.
You can pull it up on Chrome. The Linktree's website.
Yeah, yeah, if you go to Linktree though, like you can make your little Linktree with like your, I'm a realtor, here's my websites, like here's my free stuff, whatever you have. And you can take that Linktree and attach it to like your profile, like the top of it. But I don't attach it to like videos directly.
How, like you said, it was a little slow getting started. You're a lender, right? You focus on the lending end.
Yeah.
Is there a certain amount of leads that started coming in for you in terms of your lending business from the videos on a like in the last couple months versus the first few months or that type of thing?
So I've got about $2 to $3 million probably pre-approved through these. And like I said, so we're still morphing. I just started doing the ClickFunnels and actually trying to advertise. And from that, the video views and like the questions and like the messages I get, I've probably gotten like, I don't know, what do you think, Jenny? We've gotten, I don't want to say thousands, but we certainly probably got like hundreds of messages from videos saying like, hey man, what about this? Or what about that? Or what about this? So it takes a long time, right? It takes a long time to build it up. But I will say this, I've had offers go out on behalf of clients, or I've called realtors because I always call when an offer goes out. I've had realtors say, oh, Michael Tennant, I've seen your videos, or oh, Michael Tennant, I've seen your, oh, awesome, right? Like I have that happen fairly often.
Have you thought about using one of those services that automate responses when people text you or reach out to you?
You can set that up. That's the next progression, but that is really intensive. But yes, you can do it.
Which one are you using, or have you not used that?
I'm not right now. I just have it all linked. So when you set up a business page on Facebook, you can link it to all your accounts. I just manage it through that for now. But we're at the point where we're probably going to have to look into like, what I'll probably do is hire like a VA and have some like through my CRM, I have drip campaigns for different leads. I'll just have them start sending out like that trigger. So the most important thing is to have your leads go to your CRM, which you can do, I think maybe with the one that Gary is building, you can, or I don't know.
They know about it, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, with that one, I think you can. With mine, you can. It's like Go High Level is the CRM I use basically, and you can dress it up, dress it down. But you can connect that to your funnels. You can connect that to your social media platforms. I've built out my funnels through my CRM. So that way when I have the correspondence, it shows up in my social media, in my Facebook, and in my CRM. And I can set up drip campaigns going forward to those people. But I'm not a huge dripper, like honestly at first. I like to be personable. I think you can tell when it's like a robot, you can tell when it's so like later on, but at first I like to personally respond because it's my video, it's my idea, and I'm just really good at interacting with people initially. So I feel like I would hate to do all that work and then have that client go to some drip campaign. That's just my kind of personal view on it.
I appreciate that.
Stacy's got her hand up. I want to make sure that.
Question. Another lender here. Real quick question. So what CRM are you using that is doing the funnels and all of these leads that you're getting from DMs? Can you not hear me?
We missed the
first part.
Oh, sorry. I just said lender here. So I'm curious what CRM you use. And are the DMs going directly into the CRM or you're having to do that by hand?
No, they're going directly. We have a system called Leverage Lizard.
What is it called?
It's called Go High Level, but it's different, I believe. But yeah, I use Go High Level. You have to build it all out, but yes, it can do it.
Got it. Okay.
Leverage.
Yeah, that's our internal one.
Okay, so I think theirs is Leverage Lizard. Yeah. Same thing, I think. But yes, you can do it to answer your question.
Cool. All right. Any other questions? We are right at our hour mark. I want to respect everybody's time. I'm sure some of you are getting hungry and want to have lunch. I'm available if anybody wants to buy me lunch, just so you know. For those of you guys know the rules, if you didn't show up today, you don't get a chance to win. But Zach is the only one left. He is the only one that gets a chance to win. So thank you guys all for being here. Have yourself an amazing day. And you guys all have Probably in the next 2 weeks. We have builds coming up, so I know, can't remember what's next.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So what part did you guys, where did we break off, stop, whatever?
I left
Yes.
off when you said where you're taking me to lunch.
Oh, you're taking me to lunch at the taco
Build.
stand in
Oh,
San Diego.
You were
I know,
talking
I
about
missed it.
build.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so okay, Michael will be back in the next 2 to 3 weeks to do phase
Yay.
2, section 2, whatever this is. Like I said, it's not next week. I'm pretty sure it's the week after. that
Build
we're
is, yeah, in
gone
2
at
weeks.
Build, or many of us will be gone at Build. So
Yeah. Everybody should be going. Get your
Yes.
tickets.
everybody should be going. That is 100% correct. So, all right, y'all have a great week. Appreciate you guys showing up, and see you later.
Bye.